It's Tuesday morning when we arrive back home from a long weekend away in Berlin, where I blamed the grey and gloomy weather for my equally grey and gloomy mood. But the truth is, I have no idea why I've been feeling like this. I go through a list of potential reasons in my head, but nothing sticks. What I do know is that I've spent the entire day on edge and managed to make anyone who crossed my path alarmingly uncomfortable. Unfortunately, that also includes my immediate family, except for Leo, the dog. Somehow, I'm only capable of showing him peace, joy, and pure love. I read somewhere on social media that the reason why dogs get sick is that they take on our traumas as theirs to relieve us even a little bit from any suffering. Honestly, we don't deserve dogs. Despite the questionable source of this information, it stuck with me. What if it is true? I can't take that risk. This beautiful creature does not deserve the burden of my trauma. So now, when I do feel a little bit under the weather, I stay away from him. I think he'd do the same for me. Anyway, I finished parking the car and we head inside. I'm feeling overwhelmed with emotions, like I might burst into tears or scream for no reason. I didn't know you could feel angry and guilty at the same time, but I do. I feel guilty for bringing this huge grey cloud over my family, and I feel angry for reasons unbeknownst to me. And to top it all, I feel anxious because apparently anxiety likes me so much it just follows me around every day. But mostly I feel this deep festering feeling of rage in my chest. Like, what am I angry about? No answers come up. So I do what I always do when feelings become overwhelming. I escape. I deep clean the house. I go to the gym. I walk my dog. I do yoga. I cook dinner and basically keep myself busy until it's bedtime. When I wake up the next day, anxiety is waiting for me. Before I even open my eyes, I take a deep breath to try and shake it off, but I'm tired. Instead, I let it overwhelm me until the tears start to fall out. It's exhausting being in my head. Part of me thinks maybe if I cry hard enough, I will cry it all out of my body and maybe it will leave me alone, at least for a little while. Doesn't anxiety take a vacation? I could use a day off. Eventually, I stop crying, and it's true, I feel a little better. Somehow, my energy shifts and I start seeing some positives in all this chaos. I turn on YouTube and type in guided meditation. I click on the first video that promises to get rid of anxiety. I close my eyes and here I go. I think about Carl Jung as I try to connect to my subconscious. Come on, higher self, I don't have all day. What is it that you're trying to tell me? At that moment, I hear the familiar click of the postman slipping a letter through the letterbox, and our German Shepherd's security mode activates. I'm not sure which came first, the click of the letterbox or Leo's deep and unexpected bark. Either way, it's enough to make me jump out of bed with a racing heart. Meditation will have to wait. My husband says, you're on survival mode and I've kind of been terrified of you for the last few days. I've called him into his office. It's his, but we rotate using it sometimes. I'm more productive in the mornings and he prefers the afternoons to work, so we take advantage of our different schedules. For the past few weeks, he has developed a bit of an obsession with watching detained suspects being interviewed, particularly the type with personality disorder. And I happen to be studying forensic psychology this semester at uni. So together we watch a short documentary on prison life, specifically relating to mental health issues within the justice system and how little is currently available to support inmates with personality disorders or with any other mental health issues. When we finish watching, something dawns on me. Imagine that you're one of those people who have either been to or worked at a prison. I wonder what it's like for them to function in the real world with all its banalities. What is it like to be outside that space after you've seen and experienced all the traumas of prison? How do you interact with the rest of the world after that? I have no idea, says my husband. I have never been to prison, but I do know post-traumatic stress disorder because of childhood trauma. As soon as the thought comes up to mind, I feel my heart begin to race and my breath becomes shallow. You know, I turn to my husband, who is sitting on an office chair next to mine. I think I'm done. I'm done trying to fit in. I'm done pretending that I don't have PTSD, that I don't have hypervigilance, and that it's not exhausting being around people. Right now, I feel moody and angry, and I don't want to pretend to be this bubbly, happy, outgoing person anymore. There is a moment of silence as we both digest what I just said. I sound like a moody teenager, don't I? Yeah, exhales my husband. I smile. I'm okay with that. I do feel like a moody teenager right now. Maybe this is part of the healing journey, he says. Maybe this is part of the grief of not having a childhood. I laugh and I want to cry. Nothing feels more validating than being understood like that. He's right. I have my own therapist right here at home. I've been so concerned with understanding my anger so that I can get rid of it instead of sitting with it and feeling it. I have every right to be angry, and right now I feel rebellious. Maybe once you've healed your inner child, you have to deal with your inner teenager. And she's pissed.